The Inktober Challenge is one of the biggest community events for artists, especially considering that COVID has pretty much ruined every in-person event. I have really missed Anime Expo, but at least we have these online events until those come back. There's a lot of pressure that comes with Inktober. If you want to participate, you have to do a new drawing every day, and that can be really challenging for people who don't have a drawing habit or are just new to drawing and are excited about the opportunity to connect with people. So the question is, how do you make it through Inktober without feeling all that pressure? How do you make it through without getting burnout? You have to make it fun. The first thing you want to do to make Inktober fun is to just break all the rules and then make some of your own. If your teacher were to say, make a character design project around the anime One Piece, use it as your source of inspiration. Most people who are rule followers, at least, like me, would make a variation on that pirates theme, right? Maybe they might even change it from pirates to samurai or wizards, but they would follow that same formula of a crew banding together and going on adventures. And that's what I would do. Except I would, follow it a lot closely. It'd probably be closer to pirates. Things would just be redesigned and changed differently. The people who I'd get angry at who did not follow the rules, which I realize now is very much jealous of, were people who would totally take something super small from that story and just turn it into something that they enjoy. So for instance, in One Piece, the very first chapter, Luffy wants to show his bravery, so he stabs himself in the face, very close to his eye, and he has a scar right below his eye. Can't remember which eye. Throughout the whole anime manga, he always has that scar. It's kind of a reminder for the readers that that's there. If you were to take the inspiration from One Piece and just choose a small sliver to inspire you for a character design story, like the scar under the eye, maybe you have a warrior who was cursed by a demon, and the only way to get rid of it was stabbing him in the eye, and then he got rid of the demon, but there was residual power left there. So he goes on to fight demons by using this eye power. Maybe he keeps it behind a patch so nobody sees. And then later on you could have him combining with the demon. But the point is, a student like that will totally break the rules and find something that much cooler just by bending it into something that they actually liked that maybe wasn't One Piece at the time. Bend the rules into something that you enjoy. And if you have to, just break them entirely. Make your own rules. You don't have to follow Inktober exactly. The point of Inktober is to improve and make better progress with your art, make good drawing habits. If you find something that you're really excited about, don't stifle that excitement by making sure you follow every prompt for Inktober. If you find day 2 that a prompt has now led you into this cool story that is motivating you to keep on drawing and make designs, follow that instinct and keep doing that. Abandon Inktober if you have to. You don't have to follow the rules. Inktober was started in 2009 by Jake Parker. He started Inktober to improve his inking and to make positive drawing habits. Unfortunately, Parker chose to turn Inktober into something toxic and even was accused of plagiarizing another person's book. While the majority of artists don't support him anymore, Inktober is still very much a thriving community. Inktober comes out with its own official prompt list every year, but there are tons of people in the community who make their own. Sometimes they have it as a different name too. They'll call it Drawtober. You don't have to follow the official list. There are tons of opportunities to explore. You can mix and match the list that you have. As I said in the first one, break the rules. Make your own list. Use what's out there if you want. It's up to you. Sharing is a big part of Inktober. This may be a little controversial because it is nerve-wracking to share your work, but I think it's important to share during Inktober because of how community-driven this event is. I know it can be scary to share, but you really never know what people are going to respond to. Some of the work that I've posted that I'm not really happy with can get the most encouragement and likes, and some of the stuff that I'm the most proud of may not even be looked at. So you really just have no idea, and it's just a great feeling to have feedback from the community, especially with the social media avenues we have. TikTok right now is such a huge, welcoming and warm community. There are always going to be bad people on every site, but in my experience, at least so far, everybody has been so wonderful. And I've even shown some of my old art that I really don't like, and they've just been the best. Share your work. It's scary, but it can motivate you to continue. If you're really hesitant on sharing your work, sometimes it helps to play out a worst case scenario. I'll tell you a story of one time where I showed my work to my teacher. I just actually posted this on TikTok, and this was one of the warmest community engagements that I've had so far. My teacher, I was in a character design class. He asked us to redesign the characters from a book that we liked. I chose Artemis Fowl at the time because I was really in love with the fantasy story, and I did tons of drawings, lots of studies. I was super motivated. Character design was one of the biggest reasons why I got into drawing. So I filled out nearly half a sketchbook and even did a final pencil render of one of the characters. When it came time for the teacher to look at my work and review those drawings that I did, he skimmed through it very quietly and then told me that the final pencil render that I did looked like a high school drawing. Needless to say, I was kind of devastated. When you share your work, the worst thing that you want is to have somebody just totally diminish you and your progress. And that, he was a teacher, so that definitely shouldn't have happened. And you're more than likely not going to get that from a community. But that is a worst case scenario, I think, that I went through, and I survived. Even if you have people that look negatively on you or the things that you're drawing, just know that that's more about them than it has anything to do with you. Either don't respond to them, kill them with kindness, or block them entirely. It's up to you. But don't be discouraged to share. There are lots of wonderful people out there who would love to see your work and who will give you lovely feedback and comments, and it will give you all the confidence you need to keep on going and to keep improving to draw and make those positive drawing habits that you're trying to make. The last thing I want to do is sort of put all these rules into effect and bring you guys through the process of creating an Inktober drawing for myself. I usually do a drawing for every article or video that I've been doing, so I think it would be cool to go through the process, maybe use a prompt from Inktober or combine a couple of different prompts and make something fun with you guys. So let's check it out. For this sketch, I use the Inktober prompt list by Gel Arts. She called it Geltober, which I love. And right away I was breaking the rules. I found the word slime on day 2 and thought that was cool. I thought of the Dragon Quest slimes. I looked for a reference first for the pose so I could come up with some cool action and change it up a little bit just to have a sword in there. I think it came out pretty cool. Makes me think of an RPG adventure. We've done it! We made Inktober fun, or at least I think so. I hope you guys enjoyed the drawing, and if you are participating in Inktober, I hope that this helps you and you create those positive drawing habits and improve your drawings throughout the month of October. Think of Inktober 2021 as an opportunity to grow. Just remember, you don't have to do every prompt, you don't have to follow any of the rules. Just focus on keeping the process fun so you stay engaged. That's what's going to keep you drawing and coming back for more. That's what's important about the Inktober challenge. It's not about participating in every second of Inktober. It's about making it fun and improving. If you can do that, keep it light, fun, and keep on improving, I would say that you did Inktober successfully. I hope this helped, and good luck with all your Inktober drawings. I'll see you next time. Bye.